And what is up, everybody? I know, I can't put the game down. It's too good. It's just too good. So we have a ton of quests to do. Just an absolute metric ton, okay? One of the things we're kind of suffering from right now, I feel like, is our weapons aren't as cracked as I feel like they need to be. At least my armor is not. I don't know. We need to go figure out how hard these characters are going to be. Actually, can we look at the journal? Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Okay, actually, we made these a lot easier. Nice. So what I'm thinking we TP up here. And we finish this, and then we go down here and we kill Octave. Or maybe is the spider in here? I thought the spider was in here. Acquire Andra's kiss. Hold on. Nasib is in a nest beneath Paradis. Okay, where's Nasib? Ralga Firebrand, Yellow Brand. Okay, so she's somewhere in here actually. Maybe we explore the town. Screw it. Let's go do these so I can get revenge on this freaking dwarf, and then we'll go back to town, guys. I'm gonna grab this freaking hammer and I'm just gonna smash. I'm gonna smash this dwarf, guys, and not in a hot way, in like a he's dead way. Wait, where are we? Oh shoot! Wait, actually, we're here. Dude, I was like, what the heck?
Here, this is the path Offred told us about.
Okay, whip out the gat. I'm moving in. We're playing an FPS. Reach and clear kind of tactics here. No, actually, we should probably wear the +1 con. Oh, you got lucky, punk. I'd assassinate you.
See Fort Northreach from here.
Oh, too soon.
That's pretty nice look, dude. They even interact with the scenery, dude. That's so cool. What's over here? What are we trying to take a peek of? I don't notice anything. Oh, that's probably the expedition. I probably should be aiming my gun at them. Hello there, good fellows.
If you traveled weeks to see him, you can wait a few more days.
What quest is this? That's this one, right?
Kara, you would not be so glib if your family's souls were crying out to you for justice.
Some crusty old priest isn't going to change that.
Hello.
The Temple of Aethys is closed. I don't know why everyone in the Living Land suddenly wants to see the old kook in there, but it's not happening. Not today, anyway. Probably not tomorrow, either. Not with the way they're dawdling.
Since when do you make the rules?
Since I arrived with the big sword.
So you say I need a bigger sword. The Oracle has one. Let me in and I will borrow it.
I'm saying you need to go home because the goddamn temple is closed.
I'm here at Ulfric's request. You've got expedition in trouble.
The boy made it back to the embassy. I half expected him to kick off on the way there.
He was badly injured and grieving his brother's wounds. I say it is good news.
Sure, until the Inquisitor hears he abandoned his men to go crying for his mum.
You will let me through now.
Right, of course, absolutely. The expedition team entered through the cave just past here. They were carrying a lot of tools and weapons with them, so be on your guard. And Envoy, thanks. I know Offreak will appreciate you looking into this.
Anyone would do the same.
Yeah, well, you're not just anyone. You're a friend of the Emperor, and that means something. Hey, good luck out there.
Okay. Get the gat out, guys. We're going in. Keep your eyes peeled and eyes on the ceiling. Hey, I don't want any spooky nonsense coming from the ceiling. Oh. Oh, our first like little dungeon kind of area. Interesting. Interesting. Anyways, guys, what's up? What's going on? Like I said, this is probably the last episode of the day. I'm feeling pretty tired, pretty beat. I don't see any enemies, guys. Oh wait, hold on. What is that? That's probably a plant, right? Okay, whip out the hammer. We gotta play it safe. Pick up the electric lily. Okay, it's just y'all running through the water. Hey, if y'all could not give me a heart attack, I would appreciate it. Essence generators are mechanical devices that can be activated with shock damage. Okay, okay. Now I regret not having a spell book with the shock thing in it. However, not all is lost. Electrifying lily seeds. Did that not work?
That's it. Door's open.
Oh, it did work. Nice. Hopefully that C's active. Common spear, dead bear, little strange. Ooh, actually, hold on. 6.
One moment.
Okay. Oh, okay. He pinged over where he was standing, not where I wanted it to ping. Oh my lord. Oh wow. That's kind of freaking badass. Some upside down buildings.
Never seen anything like it.
Views like this remind me why I came to the Living Lands in the first place.
Something stirs here.
At least this time she's not commenting on something I'm trying to like. She's not like, oh, you going to try to bone someone? Okay, well, what does this path lead? So I'm pretty sure. Oh, actually, oh wait, this is the path forward. Oh, my bad. I did the puzzle first. Thought it was the way forward. We're going back. Sorry, gotta complete this area. Doop 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 doop.
Keep quiet.
Look around. They've seen us.
Oh, have they? I don't. Oh, I've never have guessed.
Now we know why the expedition team abandoned that puzzle.
That's all of them.
What do you mean? They fell over like nothing, dude. That was so easy. Uh-oh. New book. Ednug, the bright star, spoke, and her voice was like a clarion cry calling his soul forth. He knew her for the right hand with a shining god and was afraid. Oh, wanderer, hear me, she spoke. You are known to us, and your deeds put you far from salvation. And he wept, for he knew that his sins lay bare before his great illumination. Then Sagramis spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. Homp knelt before them, then resolved him to save himself, and asked what he must do. And Modgun spoke. Her voice was like the songbird's final hymn bidding farewell to the day's light. What darkness lies within you, you must cast into his light. Your sins will be burned from you until you are newly formed, reborn into his keeping. So spoke Modgund, but Ednug warned him, saying, You have walked all these years into darkness and must now return. You will find the path like treading fire, and at every step you will be tempted to turn away, but no harm will come to you if you keep your faith. Ah! Is there any money? Please! Pay money! Oh, I don't think there's any money, guys. Money. Yeah. Okay. Well, there was that. There was no money in there, or there was money in a backpack, but not in the pots. Okay. Guns reloaded. We're gonna keep on trekking along. Oh, hold on, guys. Here we go. Sorry. My Windows taskbar was covering up the record time. You know, I should probably keep an eye on that just so y'all don't end up with like a 3-hour-long video. Well, I'm sure I would notice it's been over an hour.
Blood and a broken tripwire. Maybe Offric squad passed through here.
Oh, you're so right. I'm glad you called that out before I stepped over it. Oh. Yeah, we gotta make sure we pick up all those Paradisian ladders.
That statue. How did anyone build that all the way down here?
Oh, wow.
Gods. No one knew that was down here.
Rituals, whispers of searing light.
Okay. Okay, I didn't mean to shoot the pod, guys. I meant to swap weapons, but it's just what happened. Something's up ahead. It's a zero.
Here we go. Watch yourselves.
What are you hitting the wall for, bro? Okay, now this gun's officially like insane, guys. It was already kind of cracked. Okay, is this the way forward? I don't want to go forward, guys. Oh, hold on, wait, what? You knocked this open? Okay, so there's nice little flowers, nice little fireball, and a syrup nest with some flowers growing in it. Okay. Okay. This also leads forward. That looks like they may end up... Oh, actually, okay, hold on. This is a side path. That may lead to the same spot. Probably.
Right behind you.
Nice job.
Assassinated. Oh, wait. Hello? Anyone there? Oh, okay. This was for us to break in and kill this guy. Okay. Money and awakened wood. He's dead. Just a windowed outside. Then skadoosh. Okay. Uppies. We can go low, we can go high. Blood. That trip bar? Didn't hear. No. Daily affirmations and focus on efficiency. All errors can be reforged into lessons. Abaddon rebuilt himself from ruin. No setback is insurmountable, not even death itself, so long as the soul is dedicated to the task. Work hard, work well. Abaddon demands only honest labor and forthright service. All errors can be reforged if your first intentions are pure. All ignorance can be reforged into knowledge. Master your craft. Excel at what you have been trusted to do. Do not offend your teacher by remaining a student forever. Each generation must forge its successors. Teach your trade to all who are willing to learn, and in doing so, multiply the fruits of your knowledge. All difficulties can be reforged into triumphs. Meet strife with humility and acceptance. Let adversity temper the ingot of your will, and you will never shatter. Embrace your station, fulfill your duties of your rank, and meddle not in the affairs of your betters. All guilds fail at the weakest link. All loss can be reforged into strength. Profitable work heals all emptiness. So long as you have the tools of your trade, you will always be able to forge wealth anew. Value the work of others, and they will value your work in return. Share the harvest with the hungry, and your tools with the destitute. All souls can be reforged into whatever we will. Hard work is not exclusive to life. Death is no time for complacency. Commit yourself to excellence in this cycle and the next. Hey guys, there's some good wisdom. Oh!
Hold it together, kid. We're nearly there.
Okay, how do I stop that? Ugh. Hey, way up. Oh, hey.
You're not my brother.
Oh, what up, dog?
I got to be dreaming. Oh gods, am I dead?
Nay, nay, good sir.
Is this the Beyond Spirit? Have you come to take me to Gallowayne's side?
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone. I think we can help him.
I'm not ready. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair.
Let's get you back on your feet.
Oh God, that's wretched. Are you sure you're not trying to kill me?
Gods, calm yourself. Your wound's already closing.
See? You'll be back on your feet in no time.
Oh, wow. I feel leagues better. I thought for sure you were coming to take me back to the wheel. Who are you? What you doing down here?
Well, I'm the guy that your brother asked to come. Ulfric sent us after you. Where's the rest of your team?
He actually made it? I wasn't sure he'd come through. And he sent the Emperor's fucking envoy. Damn. am I ever glad to meet you?
Focus. The free expedition
Hey,
score.
hi.
Where are they?
Right, those assholes. They went on without me after I got hurt. We'll come back for you once we've got the relic, admin, honest. Oh shit. Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell our freak how she abandoned me. All she cares about is that oracle and his relic, which is probably just a big old dog bone if you ask me. He's probably still down there, fiddling with the statue. You must have seen it on your way in.
Yeah. Anything else I need to know about the Oracle?
I doubt I know much more than you do. I mean, you're godlike, just like him.
Come on, kid. Don't get starstruck now.
Well, he's touched by Aethys, right? And he's supposed to be old, like hundreds of years old. And I don't mean elf old, he's extra old, like Aethys has been keeping him alive or something.
Great. He's old. Anything else?
He used to receive pilgrims, but only the ones who could make it to him. This place, it's like a trial.
Yeah, we've seen the same traps and crumbling buildings you have.
And he's building something. A statue of Aethys, I think. But I don't know what for. I mean, after what Aethys did in the Deadfire, people don't come here anymore.
Tell me about Gidja.
Our captain, she's... I don't know. I don't want to talk out of turn.
Relax. You're not the first person to have a bad commander.
It's not like that. I mean, it didn't used to be. Yeda's not been quite herself lately. I've always known her to be cautious, careful. Now she charges forward recklessly. And she pushes us as hard as she pushes herself. And that's how I got hurt.
Has she been short-tempered? Distracted?
Yeah? When we make camp, she has these terrible dreams. Wakes us all up with her screaming and muttering.
Can't be sure, but it sounds like the dream scourge to me, Envoy.
Yep. I'll go speak with this Oracle then.
He'll be the last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow. Hey, Envoy, for what it's worth, I really thought I was gonna die down here.
Given the extent of your injuries, you certainly would have.
It's a lucky thing you found me then.
I'll see you in Paradis then.
Right, yeah. You got those assholes to save and everything. I hope they're better off than I was.
We ain't gonna be saving them. I'm pretty sure they done got lost. Got lost in the sauce and they gotta be put down. Is that a book to read? Just go feral. Okay, how do we get back there, guys? How do we get to the book? Hey, wait, what is that? I'm just gonna take your drinks, okay?
Seems like a good glad we could get away.
That was clutch, right, guys? That was cool.
Girls will too.
He's gonna have a hard time getting out of here, but at least we gave him a fighting chance.
So, the kid said the expedition team went deeper, looking for the Oracle.
I imagine the Oracle has something to do with that creepy statue we saw before. Maybe we should take a look.
I think so too. Oh. Okay, not that bad. The living lands do not exist, but certainly there is an island. Certainly there are valleys, there are rivers, lakes, and mountains. There are trees and fungi in abundance. Taken together, do these not constitute the living lands? I will concede that they constitute the descriptions of a continent, that this continent lies north of the equator, and that this continent is equidistant from Edir and Rawatai. I will concede that this continent is real as long as you and I walk upon it. We call this island the Living Lands, but the Living Lands is merely a descriptor of its attributes. A list of attributes does not alone make up a place. I believe that for a place to be real, it must have a name. For a name to be real, it must have history. History confers meaning, and meaning is a given to a name by its namer. But the living lands cannot be this island's name, because I have traveled its breadth, climbed its peaks, and delved its countless depths, and I have discovered that the living lands has no namer at all. Unless the words we use to describe this continent, the living lands, were given to us by the godless. Unless these words have a meaning only they could comprehend. Unless these words have a history only they could know. And the hacity, the thisness of this place was lost with them. Did I do my, that was my skeptic voice, guys. How did I do? I try to make the reading fun, and there's a lot of it. So I feel like I can either just not read it, or I could try to make voices. Assassinated. Ooh. Big damn, guys. Big damn. Where's another?
Quiet as it is.
I'm an assassin. I tell you what. I'm an assassin with a fucking blunderbuss, dude. There's a note on that table. I gotta read it. Treasure chest! Health pots. Nice. Thing popped open. What's in there? Another gun? Okay, nice. Oh, hey, Marius. You're awful close there, buddy. Captain Gaja, the relic you seek is but one of the many thorns in the rotten heart of this land. Claim it for Adir, and should its efficiency be confirmed, you will be appropriately rewarded.
Didn't realize the head of the Steel Garrote was into antiques.
Yes, it doesn't bode well for their mission. Doesn't bode well for any of us, to be honest.
Someone's up ahead. Keep your eyes open.
I could end it all right now. Blam! Just gone. Okay, there's an area over there.
My brother, can it be? Come, stand in the light. Let me look at you. It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargenis, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space?
Okay, so we could get straight to it, or we could just talk to him about everything. You named yourself after one of the early figures in Aothian scripture.
Then Sargemis spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. I am that same Sargemis. Though it has been some time since a man has knelt before me and begged absolution, as Hamka did. The people do not hold to the gods any longer, and they do not hold to their servants. We live in a time of disbelief. The gods are absent, and have recalled their gifts from the world. Avarice reigns. Acquisition is the faith to which all men bow. But perhaps there is hope. You have read the Book of Verses, and we are here together, if only briefly. In this moment, we are not entirely alone.
I'm looking for an expedition of my countrymen. Did they pass this way?
An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Right. Maps, ropes, pitons, rugged boots, water for days, people down here looking for stuff.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here?
You really expect me to believe you haven't seen them? There's only one way through this place.
It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters. To read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know?
They were searching for a relic you're rumored to keep here.
Ah, the splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss.
What is this relic exactly?
The splinter of Aethys is a sliver of shinbone from my lord's titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond. The splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power. To illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice.
Where do you keep this relic? You know, I might find them there.
It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
Right. Here it comes.
You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way.
Okay, I'll be right back. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. The bathroom called me. I had to answer. Okay, I'll return shortly.
I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, brother.
So one thing that scares me is he said reliquary, right? And so reliquaries usually are used by liches, right, in D&D. And so I'm kind of worried that, like, I don't like the use of the word reliquary and like a fragment of his soul, you know, or a fragment of him, you know. It's I don't know, guys. It doesn't bode well. But I guess we're gonna continue this way. Okay. Let's see. Is this the way forward? Looks that way. Let's see what's over here. Oh, some parkour. A backpack. Oh, lockbox. Money, upgrade stuff, and common one. It's fine. Oh, well, great. Well, now I gotta go around here. Hold on, guys. I was gonna skip here, but oh, we can put the splinter of Aethys in here. Sagramus's journal, 2028 Prestu. He is gone, but he is still with me. What form should a reliquary take that is fit to hold the splinter? Were I in high crown still, I would petition the church for ivory, gems, and gold. For this remnant of his holy body is worth all the wealth of the empire and more. Being as I am sequestered here, I will make do instead with the wealth of the land, granite from the tallest peaks, clay from fertile riverbeds, and trunks from the most aged trees. I must work without ceasing until it is done. The memory of my lord cannot endure delay. 2028. Terestu. He is beginning to take shape. I thought at first a sanctuary would be appropriate, a temple within this temple of the godless. But when I prayed over my plans for the building's construction, I received a vision of Aothos's Titan as it had existed in its time, a body of strange flesh and bone, hundreds of feet tall, astride the land with the Pantheon at his side, facing down the forces of chaos like 11 colossal ships of the line. What crisis manifested them and inspired them to act, I know not, but I shall remake him as he was, in my own fashion. 2829. My Irvino. My Irvino? I don't know. Mayo. It's Mayo, guys. 2829 Mayo. He is complete. But the statue I have made is inert, lifeless, dull. The work of my hands does not signify the splinter. There is something deficient in me. In it and in me. I must destroy it and begin again. 2829 in prima. He is made anew. His effigy is formed from granite, clay, and wood, still, but they shelter now a precious azure core. It glimmers even in the low light of these cavern's ceaseless evenings. He brings the dawn to this penumbral place as the light of his attention once brought to my soul. In the Empire, they celebrate Spring Day today, or they would have prior to the Saints' War. I wonder, what of him remains in the beyond after his dissolution at Okaizo? I long to be with him again. 2829 pre-prima. What if I did not have to wonder? This guy's kind of kooky. He's kooky with Cocoa Puffs, brother. Oh, wait. Oh my god, I thought I didn't make that. And all the way up here. What's over here, guys? What's... Reminder, source fresh lumber. Nile only seems to be able to source rotten lumber, and the contemptible stuff cannot withstand the damp of this cavern. I must find someone who can fell and hew fresh trees, or my fragile generators will be at the mercy of the Zerps. The little bastards are remarkably curious.
Leave those be. They protect my devices.
Oh, my bad, Sagramis. I didn't know it. I just saw something breakable and I just wanted to break it. Ooh, okay. Oh, is this just like going around breaking these? Oh no, is this his bedchamber? What are we to make the absence of the Ingwithans from the living lands? I think often of the 100 years I spent in the Eastern Reach, and all my time there, never once were the ruins of Ingwith out of my sight. A trio of their standing stones loomed from the peak of a nearby hill through my bedroom window, and the long shadows of their machinery fell every day over my church. The roads we trod were their roads, and the walls that divided our lands were their walls. Their temples became our markets. Our fields were littered with their tools. No mountain, nor river, nor forest could stop their building, and with their technology they mastered the world. The Ingwithans laid the foundation of Aora. We, the living, are merely the skin atop their bones. But they never made it to the living lands. How can that be so? Good point. What's in the chest? Okay, nothing that exciting. Cowabunga! Woo! There we go. Okay. Our door. That's a plant to pick up.
Bridge has collapsed up ahead. My gut says that's the way to the relic.
Got lucky. I don't got the length I once had, man.
Clogging up this tunnel. Almost like that.
I see light. I think we can swim through. It's like they're reaching for the relic almost, guys. Is that crazy? Oh shoot, this entire room is underwater. Oh god, get me out. Okay, but like, hold on. There's so much to explore here. Hold on, we're going this way. Anything over here? Nothing? Really? No, I guess not. Oh, there's a book right there. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I can get you some reading real fast. I know y'all love me reading. This claims tablet is inscribed with the following vertical script in a language you've never seen before. Yulhiza Yazula Lu Yetez Ragida Migali Head Sayapai Inwitan Gigid Yul Gapa Pubi. That was beautiful, guys. I hope you didn't get insulted. That was just a bunch of slurs in just languages I didn't understand. I've canceled myself on Twitter already. Okay, well there's a whole pathway over there. Is that leaning forward? I think it is. Okay, oh, nice wall. Should I mess with this? Oh, I should. It's gonna open that door, right? Okay, well, I need the plant that's electrified. Shoot. I don't have a book, guys. I can't electrify this, I don't think. Yeah, my brother can only catch stuff on fire. Do I have any electrifying orbs? Oh, I do. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Wait, did I just use that to open this door that I could have just... Oh my god, I think I did. Leave it to me. There's a lot of books in here, guys. Surely there's some stuff to read. Let's start with room number 1, waterlogged book. The writing in this tome is dense and spidery, and its advances across the pages at a sprint, as if the author's pen had been enchanted with a spell for celerity. Whatever muse ensorcellated it will never be revealed. However, this book's fragile pages swiftly disintegrate in your hands. True stories from the living lands. Only the hardiest of explorers would dare take the long, dangerous trek to the living lands. While there's no denying its beauty, the diversity of plant life alone is a herbologist's dream. The inherent risk is blithely trekking through these pristine hills is more than most should undertake. Let me take a moment to tell you about the land itself. Rolling hills, greenery, and sun. The whole area feels like a succession of hills and valleys, each with its own ecosystem. While this declaration is a tad extreme, it can almost be said to be true. The combination of sun, geographical locations, proximity to fresh water, valley depths, and the existence of the hot springs has given the living lands a wide breadth of flora and fauna. Walk down a hillside into a valley and you will find lush, verdant hills. Climb the next rise and you might see nothing but rocks and boiling mineral springs. And the creatures. In my travels, I've never seen it all, and this place never ceases to amaze me. Trolls. I will never forget my encounter with the trolls of the living lands. I had just narrowly avoided being consumed by a giant plant. More on that later. And was running as fast as I could to get away from it. I broke the crest of the hill, and the valley below was wide, green, wet, and covered with low, thick branched trees. Vines grew everywhere. Between the trees, across the tops of them, down to the ground. It was a mess of vine and green. Cautiously, I worked my way down towards the basin, keeping an eye from anything suspicious. And it's a good thing I did so. I noticed not all the trees appeared to be trees. I froze, dropping to the ground in an effort to minimize my appearance. One of the trees moved, lumbering slowly away from the cluster. It's then I realized it was a troll, stepping out from among the group of trees it had been resting against. With a few more steps, I would have walked right into their home. The camouflage these trolls exhibited far exceeded any I have seen before. I hope to return again in the future to observe them more. Insects. While I have never seen them, I have read reports of giant insects in the living lands. Centipedes, flies, mosquitoes, and hornets, all 10 times the size you would see them elsewhere. Imagine making camp. You've just gotten everything set up. There's a nice fire going next to your shelter. Something is gently simmering in the cooking pot. You sit down. You finally feel like you can relax after a trying day. You feel a tickling at your feet, insistent and prolonged. Reaching down to brush whatever it is away, and your hand comes in contact with something hard, long, and flexible winding around its boot. You look down to see a centipede the size of your arm casually making its way over your feet toward the far side of your camp. You would get out of camp, wouldn't you? That's exactly what my friend did when he realized he had started his fire over a centipede nest. Plants. And lest we forget, do not let your guard down around the plants. I have discovered a wonderful collection of giant flowers. They were bright pink and grew in a circle around a central stalk. What an aroma! I lack the words to describe how delectable it was. Sweet, fruity, and light with just a hint of something tangy. Looking closer, I saw berries growing on that stalk to the center of the flower. Well, I just had to have them, so I started pushing my way through the flowers. Then the vines growing around the base of the plant began to twitch, and the blooms turned towards me. It was at this moment I saw the blooms weren't actually flowers, but hinged jaws. I had been fooled by its camouflage. I quickly retreated, pushing my way back out just in time. The bloom slammed shut, and if I had still been standing there trying in vain to reach the berries, I wouldn't be writing this book today. Backpack. Money. There's so much, dude. There's so much. I'm sorry, guys. This whole episode's just me reading. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm having such a good time. One day, Aothus was sitting on a wall watching a cat play in the sun. A crystal hung in a nearby tree had fragmented a sunbeam and scattered small motes of light on the ground. They danced around that cat, sliding over him as he frantically battered at them. He spun in place, following one as it rushed past him and leapt on it, trying to pin it down. Aothus smiled, amused at the animal's tenacity. The cat landed on a spot, placing its paws over it only to watch it flit away again. Aothus watched that cat's tail twitch and slap the ground, annoyed that his prey could not be pinned. "Why must you tease him?" A voice came from behind him, accompanied by the crunch of sands on gravel. "I merely bring the dawn," Aothus replied. "I don't stoke the hunter's heart. That's your responsibility, isn't it?" "True," said a second voice. "But neither do you quell it. If the hunter could not see his prey, would he still hunt?" So philosophical, Helia. Aothus turned and greeted two gods that approached him. "Have you come to debate the parallel between sight and desire?" He gestured to the wall, inviting Hylia and Galawain to join him. They sat in silence, watching the cat who continued to hunt the sun, fruitlessly swatting at another mote and then rolling onto his back. I have created the ultimate prey," Aothus said, finally breaking his silence. "It can't be tracked, it can be followed. It can be seen, but it can never be caught." Galawain laughed lightly. "You don't agree, Galawain?" Aothus asked. "While it is true that your creation is elusive, it can hardly be considered the ultimate prey because it can never be caught." He paused, his brow furrowed in thought. If that note of light had any substance, the hunter could subdue it. Otherwise, it's merely a dream, a truly fruitless endeavor. "All creatures spend their lives chasing fruitless endeavors," said Hylia. "Hylia? It's the way of mortality," Galawain laughed again. "I could create a creature, a living creature of flesh and bone that could never be caught. I make your dreams a reality." Now it was Aothus' turn to laugh. "You propose turning a fruitless dream into a fruitless reality. How is this any better? A life spent in the pursuit of an attainable goal far exceeds any other. But you just said no one could catch this creature. This is not attainable." Galawain smiled. "Humanity has surprised us before. Indeed, it could surprise us again. It would create a great white stag, and I will set it free in the world. It will have grace, resilience, and tenacity. It will exist solely to be pursued for all its days, and it will never be caught. It will serve to inspire the hunt for generations to come. All those who wish for glory will invoke my name, and all those who hear its story will ask for my blessing in finding it." Hylia shook her head and threw Galawain a bemused look. "I do not believe this is possible. So I too make an offer. To the person who catches the stag, and they will catch the stag, I will bestow upon them its grace, resilience, and tenacity. Thrice blessed they will be. They will ask for my blessing on the hunt so they can obtain my boon." Galawain and Hylia took up arguing on whose name would be more invoked when the hunt was on. Aothus sighed, a small smile playing at the edge of his mouth. He stood and looked to the sky. The sun had already started to hide itself behind the mountains. the cat, long ago tired of stalking the moats, had fallen asleep beneath the tree. He turned again and looked to the other gods, deep in debate, and sighed again. I merely bring the dawn, he repeated as he made his way down the path. It's up to you to see what I reveal. Okay. Nothing is lost. The search for Ukaizo. Excerpt from the collected journals of Wanamora Wave Chaser. The Ronga's men came to collect my portion of my prize share this morning, and I had nothing to give them again. I make no money for the tribe, though I'm always in my little ferry boat, Grey Gull. Carving through the waves at night, I get no sleep. Waitaro asked me to conserve the lamp oil to come to bed, but I can't, not until I find it. I know it's out there, the lost city of Ukaizo. On every chart and map of the Deadfire I've found, whether Huana, Valian, or Rawatayan, there is a gap, an empty space where so much of our history should be. Did it burn to ash and cinders in a cataclysm? Did it sink below the waves? Does Nagati clutch it to her breast at the bottom of the sea? Perhaps it's lost and wandering, like me, unmoored, looking for a home it can't remember, but for which some insistent long burning in its chest, an ember always smoldering, a little fire to push it on. Waitaro wants me to give it up, but how can I? On mornings when the sky is so clear I can hardly catch my breath for the beauty of it. I think I see it out there, shimmering in the brightening blue lights. Is it a taunt or a beckoning? But would I be able to tell the difference? I asked the fisherfolk when they return with their catch at sunset. Tibere, I say, did you see anything? Or you, my boy? How about you, Puera? They avoid me now. Waitaro says they're busy, but I know they think I'm tide sick and sun-addled. The way Puera's lips curled in disgust when I approach, the way Tibare's eyes seem to see right through me, I know. They won't have to suffer me much longer because tomorrow I'm taking the Grey Gull and sailing north. Someone has to chase those old tails, so I will. The Annals of Pagruinen. It was in the time of Edrahil and Surefooted that we came to the Cleaban Relag, an ancient place of the builders, as the locals called them. It was a marvelous sight, a door in the mountain framed by a pair of ghoulish aspects. Through some exercise of trickery or cunning, Edrahil was able to gain access for our scholars that we might observe and record what lay inside. We discovered a foundry of sorts, the like of which neither we nor our distant brethren had seen. Through careful observation, we surmised that the ancients had used this place to extract souls and transfer them to suits of armor. Delicate and challenging work, yet the scale they had achieved left us humbled and astounded. Perhaps most remarkable were the golems, living suits of armor powered by essence. We lost 2 of our fellows when the creatures caught us unawares, but once we had subdued them, they proved quite fascinating. All too aware that our host would never again allow us, nor other curious travelers, to visit this place, we took meticulous notes and measurements of all we saw, forsaking bread and sleep until the work was done. We reported all to the Edrahil, whereupon he praised our work and urged us quickly forward, for such a place lay abandoned in the forest. Who can say what other mysteries and gods and kith have left strange in this strange and wild land? Whew, there's another book over there, guys. It's time to kill, though.
Next one's mine. Here they come. This one's mine. Let's see what you got.
Ooh, collateral. Nice. Little break.
People.
On the fire-forged path, the travels of Yorick Yilatan. The book is well worn and smells faintly of mildew. Its spine is cracked and you thumb through its pages. It falls open to a folio more ragged and dog-eared than others. Though I was born and raised a Magranite, and a Magranite now I will stay. As a young man, I undertook a pilgrimage to visit a holy house dedicated to every god. In doing so, I had hoped to know them each better, to take what they had to teach and sow it into my soul like so many other seeds, that my soul might grow and bear only the most delectable fruit for my goddess to devour at the moment of my death. Oh my god. So it is with no small amount of amusement that I pen this account of my visit once to a church of Whale, the many-eyed, many-tongued god of dreams and secrets, revelation and mysteries, and revealed to you all I learned there. The challenge came first in finding adherents to Whale's doctrine, for they are not ones to announce their presence, preferring instead to build their flock from the solitary seekers who delve through ancient ruins and ruined archives in search of the strange, the bizarre, and the forgotten. But persistence is my God's first teaching, and find them I did. The Whalelites' Nekatakan congregation was small then, as it likely remains now, and on the morning I stumbled upon them, they were lounging like so many cats in the sun on the steps above the Queen's berth, sharing between them a bottle of arak and pipes packed with white leaf and ripple sponge. I knew them for Whalelites, not for any badge or robe or trinkets they wore, not for their race or age, but for the ardor of their debate on the most benign topics. I begged that they take me to their church and permit me to worship with them, and they laughed as one, their many voices like the howling of wild dogs. The acquiescence when I told them of my quest, and then invited me to sit and share their drink. I did, and as the arak burned a trail of fire down my throat, they showed me the dimensions of their hall of worship. The stairs were their pews, they said, and the blue sky their ceiling, and the walls the edges of the world. All creation sits within its bounds. As morning neared midday, they stood as one and began to climb the mountain. Where do you go now? I asked. To worship, they replied. A great wave of relief washed over me, for at last I would have my lesson from them. We climbed the many steps of the Nekataka, I have to assume I'm saying that wrong, and arrived at the last in the sacred stair. Where is your temple? I asked, and in response, they whooped like children, rushing past me in a squall of smoke and laughter. I followed as best I could, though I wet my good slippers in a stream and could hardly keep my feet on the moss-slick stones, and we surged soggy-footed and hollering towards the temple of Gon. To worship, they cried. We shoved past Dawnstar, bent in praise of their macabre god, laughing all the while, and came to stand before a leafless tree whose boughs were hung in lanterns too numerous to count. I had nary a moment to catch my breath before the Whalelites were clambering into the great tree's branches. A young man pulled me up with one hand and handed me a pipe with the other. The priest of Gon screeched and wailed, and all the while we squawked like birds, our smiles wide and our eyes alight with the arak and lantern fire. The Mataru came soon after us to chase us away, but not before we'd done our fair share of singing and of the many-eyed, many-tongued god of dreams. Would that I have stayed with them a while longer, but alas, I could not deny my soul its journey, nor the whispers of my goddess in my ear. I took again to the road in search of the churches, but I must admit, even after, I longed always after that tree. The collected annals of the Lingraith. Okay. Whoever copied this work appears to have been in a great hurry, as if they feared being caught. The gods strip us of who we are on every turn about the will, mercilessly shaving off all we've learned after the divine lasts. We retain the pale shadow of our souls, but knowledge, memory, self, all of it's cut away. Do the gods fear we might someday rival their strength if they do not? The trees of Air Glanfath possess the souls as strong as any kith, and their entangled roots extend for miles. But dig beneath any of them, follow the roots, and you'll see, they don't end, but lead to a neighbor. There are many souls sharing one body. Why shouldn't willing kith be able to do the same? A limb may be grafted from one tree to the trunk of another, and in time they'll bear sweeter fruit together than either of them might have alone. Mightn't it be possible to graft a scion soul to the root stock of a willing kith? The souls would fracture, but coalesce. They'd grow stronger together. The gods see fractured souls, but they do not care for them. Damaged, broken people are abandoned by their makers to twist in the wind, given no succor, no relief. Would an intentionally fractured soul be similarly inconsequential to them? I will use their apathy against them. I will make their disdain serve me. A grafted soul is obscure from the sight of the gods. It spreads freely like a blood fever, but doesn't kill its host. No, I will be a fever of a spirit, invisible, unstoppable, eternal. That's crazy, guys, okay? Of all the things we just read, that's the craziest thing. Oh my god. I am kind of happy that's... Oh wait, we can burn this. Is that a bomb? Hold on. let's not blow myself up after all that reading. Oh no. What was the point of that? Oh wait, we can burn multiple of these. Hold on. Is this on a cooldown? No.
Coming in hot. I'm not sure about that.
You're not sure about that. Burn it.
Stand back. Here it comes. Ready, aim.
Okay, maybe there was no point to that. I guess those were probably spider sacks. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm now realizing it. We're gonna wake our word from right to left. The life and discoveries of the pandagram. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna drink some stuff from my throat. Okay. Mention the name pandagram to anyone with even a passing knowledge of animancy, and you could find yourself in for a very long discussion. Publicly reviled but privately lauded as hero and genius, Pandagram's history is at turns revolutionary, horrific, and mysterious. Pandagram was fascinated, some might say obsessed, with the concept of animancy. It consumed his life as he dedicated everything to understand it. He would frequently travel to Air Glanfath and the Deerwood to visit the Ingwithan ruins. There he would take notes and make sketches, and bring anything back with him that he could to help unlock its mysteries. After years of study, Pandagram had reached a point where he could no longer conduct research on his own, and he took on an assistant, Helig a Thane. Soon Helig was making trips to Air Glanfath in Pandagram's stead, gathering knowledge while Pandagram stayed behind to experiment. This partnership quickly bore fruit, and Pandagram made a breakthrough, one that would irrevocably change his life and the general attitude within about animancy forever. While the specifics of his experiment will never truly be known, the rumor and stories that circulate tell that he had sent out inquiries, asking for live subjects for help with a dangerous experiment that might change their life, or might end it. Those who were already dying were especially encouraged to apply. Response was overwhelming, and Pandagram had his pick of numerous willing bodies. That is, when he had his breakthrough, he discovered a way to fix a soul, anchoring it to its body so it couldn't leave at death. He had discovered eternal life. His research and life's work had resulted in the greatest single discovery that animancy could hope for. His findings were published and quickly spread through Valia and beyond. While some groups, the Wodekin Church, for example, decried his work as nothing more than blasphemy and heresy, many would put it to practice, and everyone had wanted their chance at immortality. But everything comes with a cost, and it quickly became apparent that simply retaining the soul, while keeping the person technically alive, was doing nothing for the body, which continued to decay, devolving and warping the soul now trapped inside it. The creatures it created were dangerous, carnivorous beasts that brutally killed carnivorous beasts that killed brutally and indiscriminately. The backlash was ruthless, and the practice of Pandagram's discoveries was outlawed. His works were collected and burned. He and Helig were branded as heretics and hunted, chased from town to town until Pandagram simply vanished. Helig was tracked down, captured, and brought to trial for the atrocities committed against Valia and its people. The trial was barely more than a formality to bring charges against him, as everyone knew the hand he had played in the disaster. He was sent to prison for years, but eventually released once public outrage died down. Not long after his parole, he disappeared as well. Occasionally, talks surfaced that a copy of Pandagram's theorem had been found, untouched by the purging flames that destroyed its brothers. These rumors seldom end up being more than that. Many groups of wealthy individuals have formed, sending out a call to anyone who's willing to listen. Find us a copy of those theorems. They offer gold, jewels, statues, anything that can entice an adventurer to help them achieve their goals. For there are those who would give anything a chance to give anything a chance at immortality, even become a monster. Whew. Oh, statue schematic. This drawing details a plan for the creation of a large statue powered by essence. The essence is intended to be injected into the statue by an array of animantic devices, which where such a vast store of essence might come from, and what a statue could do with it is unclear. Aothian pair. Ooh. And the sun shall break through the darkness, the new dawn arriving with the rebirth of the day. Rejoice, all ye who dwelleth in the shadows, who are broken and beaten. The winter soon come to an end. Spring shall rise, bringing life and light to the world. Radiant light, radiant life, and thy soul shall find the warmth in his arms. All creatures bask in his glory. The rays of his countenance bathe the world, bringing an end to the night, ushering in the day. Kneel before him and wonder at his benevolence. Feel the warmth of his radiant presence. If thou art broken, he shall make thee whole. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee light. If thou art sinful, thou shalt be reborn. If thou art cold, his warmth shall bolster thee. How canst I, so lowly and worn, speak words of proper adulation? Thine eyes, who gaze, sees the sin in me, yet still shows love. Thine hands, whose grips pull me out of darkness. Thine ears, listening to my every prayer. Thine heart, bright as the dawn, giving me warmth when I am raw. Hey, yo. Aothus, light of spring, sun of the world, thou giveth me life and purpose. If thine heart be black, if thine intention be impure, thy life is forfeit. For he hath seen, he can see, he will see. Nothing is hidden from his glory. His light touches every corner of the world. Nothing is hidden from his sight. If thou doest thy work in the dark, if thou wouldest keep thine actions hidden, thou shalt be burned in the sun in the new dawn. Day cometh soon, prepare for the dawn. Nothing is hidden from his reach. I don't have any close neighbors, but if anybody's just walking by my house, they would just assume I'm part of a cult, man. Okay, we got one more book, guys. One more book that I can see. The Deerwood, Part 5, The Proliferation of Animancy. Animancy, outlawed while under Adiran rule, was technically no longer taboo after Hadret's rebellion. Academics began its study again in earnest in 2681 AI. By 2697 AI, there are almost 40 academics actively researching the field both in the Deerwood and in the Valian republics. Even though no significant results have been discovered, a tragic breakdown of sorts happened in 2704 AI. An animancer working in Balereach accidentally shattered the souls of about a dozen volunteers who had been helping him. In retaliation for their deaths, the citizens of the area stormed his house and killed him. The Earl of the region, not wanting to waste resources or angle the locals any more than he already had, did nothing to find the head of the vigilante mob, but neither did he outlaw animancy. To ensure their own safety, most animancers moved from the rural areas where they were studying and settled in Defiance Bay, many of them choosing the emerging and wealthy district of Brackenbury as their new home of operations. While there were still a few breakthroughs in the study of animancy continued for the next 24 years, it quickly slowed as it became a cost prohibitive and complicated the more people learned about it. Most animancers couldn't afford to continue research without the support of donations or gifts from wealthy individuals and organizations. In 2737 AI, some animancers, desperate to continue their studies and seeing no other means of furthering their research, entered the forbidden ruins of Air Glanfath to further their research. They discovered some such sites had strange artifacts that seemed to bear affinity to soul essence, and began to prod at the devices for further insight. Even with continued research, they are unable to tell quite what they had discovered. Eventually, they were found by the Glanfathans, who captured some of them, demanding they be punished for their crimes. The Deerwooden authorities, in order to maintain their treaties and keep the priests, had no choice. They allowed the animancers to be executed according to Glanfathan tradition. This led the Duke to make an additional proclamation. The study and practice of animancy on or even near the sacred Glanfathan sites would be punishable by death. In 2780 AI, In order to solidify relations again with the Glanfathans, the Deerwooden government allowed some animancers to begin training and experiments in conjunction with Glanfathan mine hunters, their native ciphers. This was an exchange of information. The animancers documented the secrets of the mine hunters' powers. The mine hunters then learned the new techniques for concentration, which assisted them in taking their powers to levels no Glanfathan had seen before. The ciphers, no longer wary of the animancers' intentions, trusted them to such a level that they convinced the Glanfathans to give some animancers limited access to some of the training sites where Glanfathans practiced. The Animfaths of the Glanfathan tribe opened the training grounds to the animancers. They were not allowed to go inside, as this was still strictly forbidden, but the general allowance by the Glanfathans was seen as a breakthrough in relations between the Deerwood and Glanfath. Over the next 8 years, the animancers' research would continue unimpeded. With the exception of some minor squabbles, there's almost been no major strife between the two groups for almost 120 years since. So, with all that being said, guys, I don't like that this guy has got so many animancy books near his drawing, you know? Screams like he might be trying to resurrect Aothas or something like that. Doesn't give me good vibes. But guys, I believe if you put these two videos together, they're over an hour. So I'm going to end the video here. I hope you've enjoyed my reading. If you want to see more of it, I'm sure there's plenty of reading to go, man. We're not even finished with the first part of the game, you know? So, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you continue to watch me. A lot of videos are going to be coming out tomorrow. I don't know if I'll record one after this. It is 9:20, so it's up in the air. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.